Greetings Earthlings, Megan here, your personal beauty nerd, and today we are going to do a deep dive into Gwyneth Paltrow's beauty routine, specifically focusing on her skincare routine. So my background is in product development. I am a professional product developer with over 8 years of experience working behind the scenes in the beauty industry. I've developed skincare, hair care, color cosmetics, tanning products, nail care. I mean, you name it, I've probably developed a product in the category that you're thinking of. Okay, so let's jump into it. So Gwyneth did a video with Vogue where she went through her kind of whole morning routine and talked about a variety of products. We're going to hone in and talk about her skincare products. This really is like a reaction video, but I won't be streaming the Vogue video and reacting to it because of copyright issues, potentially with Vogue. Before we get started, I do want to acknowledge that this is an unpaid video, and I'm in no way tied to Gwyneth Paltrow or her company Goop, although I would like to disclose that I do have a friend on their product development team there. They have no idea that I'm doing this video. So with all that said, I will be doing a look at Gwyneth's skincare routine. I'll be speaking honestly and matter-of-factly, but from a place of namaste respect because. So a lot of the products that Gwyneth uses, I actually haven't used. So I'm going to look at them from an ingredient listing standpoint and speak honestly from my perspective as a beauty professional. So for each product we talk about, I'll definitely say I have tried this or I haven't tried this, and when we'll talk. So the first product that Gwyneth talks about is from her own brand. So this is GOOPGLOW Microderm Instant Glow Exfoliator. This is $125, and it's inspired by professional microdermabrasion procedures that you would get at a dermatologist's office or with a professional esthetician, etc., etc. So this is using a combination of chemical and physical exfoliation. So let's talk about that. There are two ways to exfoliate your skin. So that would be physical or chemical. Physical meaning that you would be manually exfoliating your skin with, say, a facial polish or a facial scrub or potentially some type of exfoliating brush. So that is physical, where you are manually exfoliating the skin. And then the other type of exfoliation is chemical exfoliation. This would be using ingredients that are typically acid-based, and those acids will help break up the glue that is holding dead skin cells together at the surface of the skin. And so these acids would break apart that glue so you can actually have fresher skin that's revealed after using the product, if that makes any sense. Ingredients that are typically used for chemical exfoliation would be glycolic acid, which is what's in this particular product that Gwyneth is referring to. So glycolic acid, lactic acid, salicylic acid, mandelic acid. There's a whole slew of acids that can be used for chemical exfoliation. Now, when I saw that this was a combination physical and chemical exfoliator, my first thought is, cool, that's great. But then my second thought is, wow, this is a product that you don't want to overuse, because if you are combining physical and chemical exfoliation into one product, you definitely don't want to be using that product, in my opinion, daily, unless it's very, very gentle. So I have not used this product before, but I'm just, based on looking at online photos and based on looking at the ingredient listing and based at looking at the product description, that was my first thought, is this is definitely a product that you don't want to overuse, because the glycolic acid, it's not listed super high, but it's listed high enough where it makes me think, this is probably a really good exfoliator. It's probably really good at what it does. So I was quite pleased when I looked at the product description and then the instructions, and I saw that it said use 2 to 3 times a week, which made me relieved, because when you are using exfoliating products, it's really easy to overuse them and actually over-exfoliate your skin. So the brand is giving a general guideline of using it 2 to 3 times a week to give your skin a break in between using it so you aren't over-exfoliating your skin, which is perfect and makes perfect sense from a product development standpoint. Now, based on the ingredient listing, there is glycolic acid in it. I love glycolic acid. It's such an incredible ingredient. This is a really robust, really great exfoliating ingredient. And then it definitely is a clean ingredient listing, which is what you would expect from Goop. I would note that there are a handful of botanical oils in here. You have lime, orange, lemon, mandarin, looks like a form of lavender. And at the very, very bottom, they are declaring to allergens, which are probably coming from all these botanical fragrant oils. So if you do have sensitive skin and you want to try out this product, you might want to spot test it, or you might want to avoid it just based on how fragrant this product looks, just based on the formula. So that's just one call out I have. Okay, so let's talk about product number 2, which is Vintner's Daughter Active Botanical Serum. This is $185. There is so much hype around this product. There's so much hype around it, so that's why I'm aware of it, although full disclosure, I have not personally used it. The interesting thing about this product is that it is called a serum, but when you look at the ingredient listing, it really is a botanically based facial oil. And the dead giveaway there is that, you know, you look at the first 20 ingredients and they're all oils, and then you look at the bottom of the ingredient listing and there's no preservative. So that's a big indication to me that this really, they're calling it a serum, but it really is a facial oil. And I think that's something that's important to know if you're considering buying this product, because there's a huge difference in terms of texture between a facial serum, which is typically water-based, and then a facial oil. Now, are they wrong in calling this a serum? No, it's just kind of like it's marketing. They're allowed to call this a serum. I'm a huge fan of facial oils. I think that they feel super luxurious. They're very good at moisturizing the skin. And let's talk about this preservative thing. So the reason I say that the dead giveaway that this is a facial oil based on there being no preservative is because anytime you have water in a formula, you would need to make sure that there's a preservative in there. Think about if you are cooking in your kitchen and you make something water-based, or you make something that has a lot of water in it. I don't even know what that would be because I'm a much better cosmetic formulator than I am a cook. Let's say you make pudding, and you make pudding from scratch, and you use a lot of like milk in it, skim milk or cream, something that you know has water in it. So let's say you make this and then you put it in a tub. It's from scratch, it's delicious, and then you put it in a tub and you put it under your sink in your bathroom for 2 years. What is going to happen to that pudding under your sink in your bathroom? It's going to go rancid, it's going to be moldy, it's going to be disgusting, right? So this is why preservatives are so important in cosmetic products, because anytime there's water, there is a potential for microbial growth, meaning yeast, mold, bacteria. So preservatives, I feel like, get a really bad rap from consumers, but I think they get a bad rap because consumers don't understand how deeply important preservatives are in keeping products safe and safe for use over those 1 to 2 years that you have that product in your possession and you're using it over time. So you must be thinking, well, if this is a facial oil and there's no water in it, now I understand why there isn't a preservative, but wouldn't a facial oil need some type of preservative in it? And to that question, I would give another kitchen analogy of think about the various oils you have in your kitchen that you use for cooking. Olive oil, avocado oil, canola oil. You have all these oils and bottles in your kitchen, and they're straight oils and they won't grow anything because there's no water in them. Again, you need water for there to be growth. So these oils in your kitchen won't be a suitable environment for microbial growth because there's no water in them. However, oils can go rancid, meaning that the smell changes over time and they oxidize and they start to stink. And that's a sign of rancidity. If you have an old bottle of olive oil in your kitchen and you give it a sniff and you're like, this smells funky, it's probably rancid because you've probably had it longer than 6 months or a year or whatever this shelf life is. So one thing that cosmetic chemists do is they will add a really strong antioxidant to facial oils to ensure that they will stay shelf stable for a longer period of time so you can use them truly over the course of a year or two to ensure that you get the most out of that product. For this Vintner's Daughter Botanical Serum, which is really an oil, it's it's mostly, if not all, it really is all botanicals. And I can tell based off of the ingredient listing that this is probably very, very fragrant because you do have lemon, you have lavender, you have rose, you have neroli, and you have bergamot oils. So you have all these botanical oils in there that probably smell lovely. And again, it's something to be aware of if you're considering buying this and you have sensitive skin. It doesn't necessarily mean that it will cause problems, but if you do buy it and you do want to try it out and you have sensitive skin, I would definitely recommend spot testing this to see how your skin handles it if you are sensitive to fragrance. So I think that's something to be aware of. Okay, product number 3 in Gwyneth's skincare routine is Jillian Dempsey's eye masks. You can get 10 of these for $75. And although I have not used this product specifically, I have used eye masks or eye patch type products in the past. And I gotta tell you, I generally really enjoy these types of products. They're really, really great prep if you have an event or a photo shoot and you just want to soften the appearance around your eyes. They're really great at just really hydrating the skin around the eyes, which can get dry, can get crepey. And if you look at the ingredient listing, it's not particularly fancy. You have hydrating ingredients that are water-based. You have moisturizing ingredients that are oil-based. So you have propanediol, cocoa caprylate, caprate. You have caprylic capric triglyceride. You have coconut oil, glycerin. So all of these ingredients are just going to help condition, moisturize, hydrate the skin around the eyes. And this makes me want to go buy and try some eye patches because I do genuinely enjoy products like this. One thing that does stick out to me, and I'm going to start sounding like a broken record, is there is fragrance in this. It's not botanical oils. It does look like it is truly fragrance because fragrance is listed. On a personal level, I do think that fragrance in eye products is really weird because I think it's totally unnecessary. If you think about where your eyes are in relation to your nose, there really isn't any need for fragrance to be in eye products. And from a product development standpoint, it increases risks of there being issues because fragrance can be irritating and you don't necessarily want to include potentially irritating ingredients around an orifice like your eyes. That's really the technical product development way of looking at it. So I'm typically anti putting fragrance in eye products, but you do see it quite a bit. But it's probably in this formula at a very, very low level, so they probably don't have problems with it. From a product development standpoint, you can also do specialized testing to ensure that if you are using fragrance that it is not irritating. So there's additional testing that companies can do prior to launching a product to ensure that there aren't any issues. Okay, product number 4 is Jillian Dempsey's Gold Sculpting Bar. This is $195 at Sephora. And I think if you haven't used facial tools, Yes, this probably sounds ridiculous to you, but I have used this product. I don't personally own it, but I have used it, and it is amazing. It is so luxurious. It is so nice. I love skincare tools. I am a skincare tool junkie. I collect skincare tools. The funny thing is that I don't even use them. I all have them sitting in a box. Why? Because when I want a facial massage, I use my hands. Your hands are such great tools when it comes to giving yourself a really good facial massage. So I love these skincare tools. I buy skincare tools, but I actually don't use them. I use them a couple times. I think they're really cool. I like having them around, but in a pinch, I always end up using my hands. So if you want to try a sculpting bar tool like this, I suggest you pick up Skin Gem's T-Bar. It's $58, so it's significantly more affordable relative to the Jillian Dempsey, nearly $200 sculpting bar. It's a vibrating one with a T-shape, and you just work it along your jaw. You can use it over your forehead, and it vibrates, and it just gives your skin and your muscles a really good massage. The reason why I love these facial massage tools that are electric is because people don't realize how much tension we actually hold in our faces. Our face has all these little muscles everywhere, and we hold so much tension. I actually have TMJ. At night, I grind and I clench my jaw like there's no tomorrow, and I get sore in my jaw. So I actually really like tools like this to use to massage my muscles in my jaw to help kind of relax my muscles and just give them a little bit of relief. So you can buy the Skin Gem T-Bar that I mentioned, or you can get a lot of these, like, there's all these rose quartz facial rollers. Fourth Ray Beauty has one, for example. I have that one and I love it. Or if you want to do a facial massage and you don't want to invest in a tool, just use your hands. You can do all these great motions with your hands. Your knuckles are so strong. You can just really get in there and massage your jaw. You can use broad strokes. You can use a facial oil and use broad strokes. There's so much you can do with or without a tool. The point is, facial massage is awesome. Product number 5 is Weleda's Skin Food. I have used this product and I actually really, really like it. It is a really, really rich, heavy cream. It's almost like a balm or a salve in that it is super heavy. It's a little greasy, but honestly, I like that about it. I never used this on my face, but I have used it on my hands in the past in the winter when they were super dry and chapped. And I would buy this product again because I like it so much. Some things to point out is that it's not vegan. They're using beeswax, and they're also using lanolin, which is a really good moisturizing ingredient. It's really good for supporting the skin barrier, meaning that it helps retain moisture in skin. And lanolin isn't vegan because it's derived from sheep's wool. So sheep aren't necessarily hurt in the processing or the harvesting of this material, but it is technically not vegan. Another thing to point out is, again, I don't remember the fragrance of this particularly, but you can see that there is fragrance in this product, and you can definitely see that there are fragrance allergens that are being disclosed. If you're sensitive to fragrance, again, you might want to spot test this product. Product number 6 is UNSUN Mineral Tinted Face Sunscreen. This is $29. This is a mineral-based sunscreen, which is important to note because there are really 2 main ways to protect your skin from the sun when it comes to topical sunscreens, and that is chemical sunscreen and physical sunscreen, which is also known as mineral sunscreen. This is a mineral or physical sunscreen, meaning that it is relying on titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. I have a strong preference for mineral sunscreens because they are not irritating. So Gwyneth is getting a lot of flack from dermatologists and articles about how she applies this product. She says specifically that She applies it to where the sun hits, so like her nose and her cheeks, but then the video is edited in such a way where it looks like she's applying it to other places in her skin, but it's unclear if it's that same product. But basically, the main message from a lot of these dermatologists that are responding to this video is that if you want to protect yourself from the sun, which you really should do for a variety of reasons. One, the sun causes skin cancer, and then the secondary reason being that the sun is the main cause of aging in the skin, known as photoaging. It's extremely damaging to skin. So what you want to do if you want to protect yourself from the sun is, if you are using a sunscreen, you want to make sure that you are applying it liberally and all over your face and your neck. You would also want to make sure that you're wearing a hat and you're limiting your sun exposure. So based on this particular product, the UNSUN Mineral Tinted Face Sunscreen, I mean, it's using zinc oxide and titanium dioxide, so I love that. I love mineral sunscreens. One thing to note is there is coconut oil in this formula. It's lower in the ingredient listing. I think if it was super high, it would be potentially more of an issue, where it might be greasier, it might be more comedogenic. Since it's so low, I wouldn't necessarily worry about it that much. There's also beeswax in it, so this is not technically vegan. The 7th product is GOOPGLOW Glow Lotion. This is $58, and this is apparently a really lightweight moisturizer, and it has some really, really good ingredients. It has squalane, which is a really good moisturizer that I love and I use. It has THD ascorbate in it, which is by far one of my most favorite ingredients of all time, and it has cockadoo plum. So both THD ascorbate and cockadoo plum are different ways of getting vitamin C into your skin. So THD ascorbate is a super, super stable version of vitamin C that I would drench my entire body in if I could. And then cockadoo plum is a botanical. It's known to come from Australia, and it's one of the richest, if not the richest, I can't remember if it's either cockadoo plum or camu camu that are the richest natural source of vitamin C. Can't remember. But anyways, cockadoo plum is a very, very rich source of vitamin C, and it's just a really cool ingredient. So I will note that this product is using a beeswax derivative, so it's not vegan. And again, they're using a lot of botanical oils that are known to be fragrant. So again, you may want to spot test this if you have sensitive skin and you know you're sensitive to fragrance. Okay, product number 8 is GOOPGENES Clean Nourishing Lip Balm. This is $20. I have not tried this lip balm, although based on the ingredient listing, I would actually honestly buy this and give it a whirl, and I'll tell you why. This is a very, very clean lip balm based on the ingredient listing. There's no petrolatum, meaning petroleum jelly or similar derivatives. Petrolatum or petro-based ingredients are often used in lip balms because they're so good at locking moisture in. Although the problem with them is that they're petro-based, meaning they come from crude oil, so they're not necessarily the most eco-friendly of ingredients. So this product doesn't have those, but it does have beeswax because it is really hard to formulate a good stick lip balm without these petro-based ingredients. So they are using beeswax, so this isn't technically vegan. But honestly, I would still give this a whirl. When it comes to vegan or not vegan, I do have some products in my routine that aren't 100% vegan, meaning that they might use beeswax or some similar material, but it's something that when I'm looking at a product, I always make the distinction in my mind of whether it's vegan or not. I don't know why, I just do. It's just natural for me to figure that out every time I'm looking at an ingredient listing. It's second nature. I hope you enjoyed this video going over Gwyneth's routine. Please let me know if you have any questions below, and please also let me know what kind of videos you want to see from me in the future, whether it's about skincare or hair care or fragrance, whatever you want to see, let me know. Please also subscribe to my channel so you can see more super nerdy videos from me about all things beauty. Thanks, guys.